I cannot believe I actually found these at Dollar Tree. You know I love crafting with her tumbling tower blocks, but these are massive, mega jumbo size ones. Could not wait to get them home. I'm going to give you a quick comparison with what the originals look like because I never thought they looked this small before. I don't know why. And this is what the actual blocks look like. It's so tiny. Let's get crafting with them. All right, so we're going to start joining three of them together, and then we're going to join another three together, and then join those two together. We want a block of 6 blocks, okay? Now, if you want to make this same design with the small tumbling tower blocks, go for it. It'll just be a smaller size, or you just have to join more together, and that's okay. Once I had that one, I'm going to create a whole nother one. So we have 2 blocks of 6 blocks. A little hot glue goes a long way with these, especially if it's decorative. We're going to use some of this drop cloth. I'm just going to make a little slit and then just tear it apart. This is going to give it that nice frayed look that I love. Then I'm going to kind of dry fit it and cut as needed because we are going to place this on the front. I'm going to stencil this stencil right in front of it. It just was one that actually fit the size, and I loved the design and the message. So we're going to stain it using the antiquing wax, and this is what we're going to stencil it with. All right, so then once it's all done, it's time to attach it. I'm just going to use hot glue. I contemplated using thumbtacks. I think that would have been really pretty, but I think hot glue was fine. Now we're going to build the whole thing together. We are going to place one more block on each side, long ways, and then we're going to place the other one, the one we just stenciled, right on top. We're creating like what will look like a little box. I'm going to add one more block right in the center, or on the bottom of it, I should say. This is so that the florals that we add is not going to fall. I couldn't fit 2 of them, but we are going to add these large felt pads to the bottom, and that covers up the hole. All right, now we're going to take 4 blocks, and we're just going to hot glue 2 and 2 together, creating 2 sticks. And then I'm going to take 2 additional individual pieces and just hot glue 1 on each end, just to create a little bit of height. These are going to be essentially like the walls, I guess. And then the 2 sticks that we created, we're just going to angle them at the top. Now, I was looking for some way to kind of hold it in place. And I just have these flat dowels that I got on Amazon. And I'm going to use my miter shears to kind of cut 2 pieces that are the same length as the width of the wood blocks. And we're going to hot glue in 1 inch from the bottom. And that's because we want to create like a little lip so that it kind of sits on the sides. And you'll see it here in just a second when I place them. So I'm just going to hot glue them on, like I said, 1 inch. So it creates that little lip. You see that? So it kind of holds it. And I'm going to hot glue it as well. So I'm just going to add hot glue and then add each side. And then we're just going to kind of join them at the top, creating that nice kind of house looking situation. All right. So then we're going to add hot glue at the top and join them. And then I'm going to add a little bit more hot glue just to reinforce those joints and make sure it's going to be nice and sturdy. Again, this is decorative, so it's going to go a long way. All right, so now everything's coming together. Because of the message of the stencil, I wanted to make this where it looks like a little bit like a church, but it's not. I don't know. I just thought about adding a cross to the top. So I'm going to add the leftover flat dowel, and I'm just going to cut them into 2 pieces, hot glue them. And I should have done this step before I hot glued them, but I decided to stain them in the same color that we stenciled the stencil, because that way it just kind of goes together. So we're just about done. I'm just going to add florals. These are just some leftover picks that I had from other projects. I'm just going to keep adding them onto the box. They're mainly greenery and some pink florals. Again, just what I had on hand, and you can add whatever else you want. But I think this is absolutely adorable. Oh my gosh. I love these blocks, and I hope they continue to bring them. They're in the Dollar Tree Plus section, so they're more than $1.50, but I think they're so worth it. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're actually starting at the thrift store because I found this Christmas sign that I loved. I brought it home and I want to do something for Easter. We're really close to Easter, and there's never too late to create a beautiful Easter craft. It's in great shape. It was actually brand new. So we're just going to wipe it really quick, and we're going to paint the base white. Of course, you can leave it if you find something like this. It was very pretty, but I want to create something for Easter. All right, so we're going to give it 1 coat of Waverly chalk paint in the white. And then I'm going to put it to the side to dry because we are going to move on to some fabric. This is polyester fabric, and I'm going to cut a square And I'm also going to use this design that I made. It has a He is Risen design on it, and I printed it at my local library in sublimation paper. I am going to cut it to size, and then we are going to use a very special machine because today's video is sponsored by HTV and this is their auto heat press too. And let me tell you, this thing is amazing. All you have to do is set the settings and it will automatically press and release on its own. The little tilt screen is so nice and handy, and you can adjust the pressure, the heat, and the time depending on what material you're using. So I'm using polyester, and all I have to do is press it real quick to kind of like iron it and make it nice and flat. And then the pull out drawer is so easy. It clears the entire thing, like it literally pulls out completely. I'm going to place my design right over it. And this machine is not only good for crafting, but let me tell you, it's great for custom gifts. And if you're starting a small business, it's fantastic. And then we're going to press it. The machine does it for you. You just set the settings, press a button, it'll press and release on its own. I'm going to carefully remove it. It's already cooled down, but look how beautiful this design is. It is absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to cut it to the size that I need, which is a 9-inch squared. And I'm going to Mod Podge it to the center and reinforce with hot glue. And while I am doing this, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the auto heat press too. So one of the features that I'm really loving is the fact that it has a clearance of about 1.77 inches. So there's a lot of space if you have bulky materials like a sweatshirt or a purse. It's just so beautiful. Now that the fabric is attached, I'm going to take some of these thumbtacks that you can find at the Dollar Tree. They have a beautiful neutral tone. I'm going to cut off the little prickly part and hot glue them to each corner to make it look like it's hanging from that. Then, of course, we want to take the mega jumbo tumbling tower blocks. Oh my gosh, these are amazing. We're going to take 5 of these because we're making a cross right down the middle. So we're going to join 3 of them vertically, and then we're going to join it, the ones on the sides. We're going to hot glue it right there on the center and then add the 2 side ones. Now, of course, I want to add a little bit of flowers. So I want to find flowers that really complement the overall design. And I'm going to add them right there in the center of the cross. Now, at the end of this video, I am going to do one more craft using the auto heat press too. And you're going to love it because it's actually a very crafty one that I did for my daughter. So stay tuned for that one at the end. All right, so I'm just going to add the last few little details here of some greenery. Again, and just details to bring everything together. Now, I want to hang this, although it does have sawtooth hooks in the back. I do want it to hang, so I'm just going to use white rope from Dollar Tree and hot glue it to the back. And that's about it for this one. Oh my word, my friends, this is such a beautiful piece. You can either keep for yourself to display on Easter or you can gift it. Love the design, and I love how the auto heat press too made it so easy. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take one of these wooden boards that I love crafting with. You know that. Now, this one was a little torn, like it just had a crack on it, but that's okay. We are going to use it anyways. Remove the sticker, and we're just going to lightly sand the edges just to make sure there's no splinters and it's a bit more smooth. We're going to dust it well, and then we're going to add some of these blocks again, and we're just going to add 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top, just creating like a little border, I suppose. And we're going to do that, and then we're going to paint everything. You can paint it any color you want. You can also stain them, of course. But I'm going to paint it in the Sandstone by Waverly chalk paint. It's a beautiful off-white, kind of like beigey look. Very, very pretty. 1 coat is sufficient. We're going to put it to the side to dry. Once dry, we're going to distress it a bit. Actually, quite a bit. So I'm going to use my ink pad here and a brush. This is a makeup brush, by the way. I love using it. This is just going to kind of make it grungier and make it look older. We're going to distress it a little bit more here in just a bit. Once I have it where I want it, I am going to sand it smooth to kind of blend everything and smooth things out. Then we are going to start adding some details. This is the drop cloth we used earlier, so we're just going to take a couple of pieces, join them together with hot glue, and then we are going to cut it to size and hot glue it to the bottom of it. Before we do that, we are going to do another stencil on it. This time is going to be a tractor stencil, which I just thought it was cute. I had it already here at home from several years ago, and I just think it's going to look so cute. We're going to stick it right on. It's one of those that you can stick on. And then we're going to use the same antiquing wax to stencil it. And then one stencil, we are going to attach it to the bottom of the piece. And we're going to do that 2 ways. We're going to use hot glue and we're going to use screws. Now, the hot glue is just to hold it really in place. The screw is to hold it, but also to add a little decorative aspect of it. I am going to hot glue it to where it still has a little bit of a pocket, so a little open in the middle. That way it's not going to be flat and I can add florals. So add hot glue to the bottom, and again, we're going to use 4 screws. The screws that I'm using are very short and they're not going to go all the way through. That's very important, but I am going to add 1 in each corner. And as I mentioned earlier, we're just going to distress it a bit more using the antiquing wax, and we're just going to add it to the edges just a little bit to add an antique worn out look. I just like that, but you can skip it, of course. I always say that because it's so true. You don't have to do exactly what I do. Just take the inspiration and do it in whatever color or style you want. All right, we're going to add one of these sawtooth hooks to the back. We're just going to hammer it, and it'll be at the top. And we're just going to add greenery on this one. Of course, you can add florals if you want. But again, we're just going to use some of the pieces left over from other projects and then just put them right there in the pocket. So stinking cute. You can also add rope if you want to hang it versus the sawtooth hook, whatever you want. So beautiful. Love this one. It's such a farmhouse, rustic kind of feel to it. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take one of these wooden planks. I love these as well. They come in different sizes. This is the larger one of this style. Again, we're going to sand smooth the edges. Now for this one, I want you to keep an open mind, okay? So I was browsing through Pinterest and I kept seeing a lot of like porch signs. And I was just like, I haven't made a porch sign in so long. And then I thought, what if I made a little baby porch sign, but one that you can place inside your home? So that's what we're doing. We're going to use a paint stick and we are going to cut them to size. You can use your miter saw, your miter shears, but I am using my miter box because it works well. I sanded smooth those edges and we are going to stain it again using the antiquing wax and a little rag. And we're going to also stain the 2 paint sticks to make sure that everything matches. And once it's dry, we are going to sand it. This is going to kind of mute it down a little bit, distress the edges a bit. And of course, you want to make sure that you dust it because you don't want dust. We are going to make a couple of holes on the other end, not because I need them, okay? I know some of you are going to ask, why'd you make the holes? Just because there's already holes on the other side, I figured I'm going to make them on the other side so both sides match. And then I'm going to sand down the splinters in the back. We're going to use this welcome stencil, just the welcome part of it, and I'm going to stencil them in white. This is Waverly chalk pen in the white, and I'm just going to do the round and around technique. It's kind of like dry brushing. It works so good, friends. You can do as many coats as you need, but it doesn't bleed through because the brush is very dry brushed. You know what I'm talking about, very little paint. All right, we're going to add wood glue as well as hot glue to join the, or to place the pieces there on one on each side, or one on top and one at the bottom. Remember, this is going to be a vertical style. I know it looks like it's going to go horizontal. That's why I said keep an open mind. All right, so we are going to take 3 of the wooden blocks. I love how large these are. And again, use wood glue and hot glue to kind of glue it to the back. And this is what we are going to use to make sure that the sign stays vertical. And that way it's not going to go anywhere. Love it. I really love it. It looks like a mini tiny porch sign. So cute, but of course not everyone's gonna get it. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next craft, this is the one that I wanted to show you. It's such a crafty one and I think you're gonna love it. I'm gonna use a tote bag. This is a canvas tote bag that I got on Amazon. I'm going to ensure that it's dust free and like lint free. And I'm going to take this design that I also created and printed it in my local library in sublimation paper. I'm going to cut off the excess paper around the sides just to make it a little smaller. And then I'm going to center it right on the center of the tote bag. Now you can also create any design you want. This is just the one I decided to do. You can customize it to Mother's Day, maybe birthday names, whatever you want. I'm going to attach it with some heat resistant tape again. Place it on the auto heat press 2. I already have all the settings set. I'm going to place a protecting sheet, put it in, press the button, and let the machine do its thing. It's so easy. And then, of course, when it's done, it'll completely release by itself and then carefully just remove or pull out the drawer. And then we're going to Once it cooled down, we're going to remove the design. And let me tell you, it turned out so cute. What a fun craft you can do. What a fun gift you can make for loved ones. This one's perfect for me and my daughter because we love crafting and we always have a messy bun. What do you think of this one? Of course, if you do not have sublimation printer, don't worry. I also created this design and put it on the back of the tote bag. It says Crafty, and I only use the heat transfer vinyl. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Also, I have another video here for you that I think you're going to love, so make sure you watch it. And don't forget to check out in the description box the link and discount code to take advantage for the Auto Heat Press 2. Thank you HTV Route for sponsoring today's video. Have a blessed day. Bye.